Welcome to Context 101. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. In January 2026, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. announced a major breakthrough that would soon capture the nation's attention: the discovery of the Malampaya East 1, or MAE-1, natural gas field off the coast of Palawan. This announcement was not just another headline. It marked a turning point in the country's energy story, promising new hope for the future. This is the country's first significant gas find in over a decade, arriving at a time when energy security is a national concern. With the Malampaya field's original reserves dwindling and electricity prices rising, the discovery of MAE-1 couldn't have come at a more critical moment. The news quickly spread, sparking conversations in homes, boardrooms, and government offices alike. For a nation long dependent on imported coal and LNG, MAE-1 offers hope for greater self-sufficiency and economic stability. The Philippines has spent years importing expensive fuel to keep the lights on, making the economy vulnerable to global price swings and supply disruptions. Now, with a new domestic source, the country can begin to chart a more independent energy future. The discovery is more than a resource, it's a symbol of renewed national ambition and strategic foresight. It represents the hard work of Filipino scientists, engineers, and policy makers who refuse to give up on the country's energy potential. It validates years of government efforts to revive the upstream energy sector and signals the Philippines' return as a serious player in regional energy. The MAE-1 breakthrough is the result of persistent exploration, policy reforms, and public-private partnerships that have finally paid off. Internationally, it's a reminder that traditional fuels still shape economies, even as renewables rise. The world is watching how the Philippines balances its new gas wealth with its commitments to clean energy and climate goals. Early data suggests MAE-1's reserves could make a real difference for millions of Filipinos facing high electricity costs. Lower energy prices could mean more affordable living, more competitive industries, and brighter prospects for the next generation. This is a pivotal moment, marking a shift from energy vulnerability to a new era of opportunity. The Malampaya East 1 discovery is not just about fuel, it's about national pride, resilience, and the promise of a brighter, more secure future for all Filipinos. To grasp MAE-1's significance, consider the legacy of the original Malampaya gas project. Since 2001, Malampaya has powered up to 40% of Luzon's electricity, reducing reliance on imported coal and oil. It's been a pillar of energy security and a major source of government revenue. But Malampaya's reserves were always finite, with depletion expected by 2027, a looming crisis for the nation. The search for a successor became urgent as the country faced the loss of its most reliable domestic power source. MAE-1's discovery is dramatic because it arrives just as the original field nears exhaustion. The infrastructure, expertise, and legacy of Malampaya set the stage for this new chapter. Without MAE-1, the Philippines risked sliding into deeper energy insecurity. As Malampaya's output declined, the Philippines faced a growing sense of urgency. Once a reliable source of natural gas, Malampaya had powered much of Luzon for years, but its reserves were running low, and the nation was forced to confront the reality of an impending energy shortfall. To keep the lights on, the country grew more dependent on imported coal and liquefied natural gas, or LNG. This shift made the Philippines vulnerable to global price shocks and supply disruptions, as the cost of energy became increasingly tied to volatile international markets. By 2024, nearly half of the country's gas needs were met by imports, putting significant strain on the economy. Rising energy bills affected businesses and households alike, while policymakers worried about the long-term impact on growth and competitiveness. President Marcos responded with decisive action, extending the Malampaya contract to keep the gas flowing, and passing a landmark law to jumpstart a downstream natural gas industry. These measures aim to secure the country's energy future and reduce its reliance on imports. The government's bold moves encouraged new exploration and investment, notably by a consortium led by business tycoon Enrique Razon. This group brought together local and international expertise, signaling renewed confidence in the country's energy sector. But the government's strategy was a race against time: find new domestic gas before the old supply ran dry. Engineers worked around the clock, and officials met regularly to monitor progress and address challenges. Early results were promising. coal's share in the power mix began to decline, replaced by cleaner, though more expensive, LNG. This transition marked a significant step toward a lower carbon energy system, but it also raised questions about affordability and long-term sustainability. The shift demonstrated the government's commitment to building a more resilient and secure energy future. Yet, it also highlighted the risks of import dependence, as families and businesses continued to feel the pinch of high energy costs. The government's efforts laid the groundwork for the discovery of MA1, a new gas field that promised to change the country's energy landscape. This breakthrough was the result of years of planning, investment, and collaboration. It was a calculated gamble that paid off just in time, offering hope for a more stable and self-sufficient energy future for the Philippines. The MAE-1 well, drilled just 5 kilometers from the original Malampaya platform, leverages existing infrastructure for rapid development. Initial estimates put recoverable reserves at 98 billion cubic feet of gas, enough to power nearly 6 million homes for a year. The well also contains valuable condensate, boosting its commercial appeal. MA1's flow rate matches the original Malampaya wells, signaling efficient and economical extraction. This strong performance means the gas can reach the market quickly, extending the life of the Malampaya system by 2 to 3 years. Prime Energy, the operator, called it a breakthrough for Philippine energy independence. The discovery is seen as a national win, not just a corporate one. It buys the country precious time to explore and develop more fields. News of MA1 electrified Philippine financial markets, with energy stocks surging on optimism. Investors see the discovery as reducing risk in the energy sector and stabilizing future power costs. The find promises to cut billions from the country's annual fuel import bill, strengthening the peso and improving the trade balance. Savings can be redirected to infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Developing MAE1 will create jobs across engineering, construction, and support services, boosting local economies. The project will foster a new generation of Filipino energy professionals. Ancillary industries will benefit, creating a ripple effect throughout the economy. The discovery is expected to enhance national economic resilience. For the Philippines, MAE1 is more than a gas field, it's a catalyst for growth. For ordinary Filipinos, MAE1 could mean lower electricity bills and a more reliable power supply. High energy costs have long burdened households and businesses, driven by volatile imports. Domestic gas offers hope for affordable, stable energy. The new supply will help prevent brownouts and stabilize the Luzon grid, supporting over half the population. Job creation will extend beyond energy, benefiting construction, logistics, and local services. Communities near Palawan stand to gain from new economic opportunities. Government revenues from the project can fund better roads, schools, and healthcare. Ultimately, MAE1 empowers Filipinos to build a more secure and prosperous future. MAE1's discovery is set against the backdrop of South China Sea tensions. Unlike previous projects, MA1 sits in undisputed Philippine waters, asserting the nation's sovereign rights. By focusing on clear jurisdiction, the Philippines advances energy security without provoking China. This pragmatic approach strengthens the country's negotiating position and resilience. A more energy-secure Philippines is a stronger regional partner for allies like the US, Japan, and Australia. However, the find may draw renewed attention from Beijing, raising the stakes in the region. The discovery is both a shield and a challenge, requiring careful diplomacy. Manila must balance energy gains with strategic caution in contested waters. Experts urge perspective. MAE1's reserves, while vital for the Philippines, are modest by regional standards. Compared to the vast fields in neighboring countries, the scale of this discovery is relatively small. Yet, for a nation seeking greater energy security, every new source counts. The find is a reminder that the Philippines must balance optimism with realism, recognizing both the opportunities and the limitations of its natural resources. The well's output is a bridge, not a solution. The country will remain a net gas importer for now. While MA1 will help reduce some reliance on imports, it cannot fully meet the nation's growing energy demands. Infrastructure for liquefied natural gas and pipelines will still play a crucial role in keeping the lights on and industries running. The real value lies in momentum. MAE1 could spur further exploration and investment. Its success may encourage both local and international companies to take a closer look at the Philippines' offshore potential, bringing in new capital, technology, and expertise. The discovery de-risks nearby prospects and extends Malampaya's life, buying time for a broader energy transition. By proving that more gas can be found, MA1 helps justify further exploration and investment in the region, while also providing a buffer as the country plans its next steps. Experts stress that gas should be a stepping stone, not a destination. The ultimate goal is to move beyond fossil fuels, using natural gas as a temporary support while building up renewable energy capacity and modernizing the grid. Revenues from MAE1 should accelerate the shift to renewables like solar, wind, and geothermal. Investing in these technologies now will help ensure a cleaner, more resilient energy future for generations to come. The risk is complacency, locking in another generation of fossil fuel dependence. Without a clear plan, short-term gains could undermine long-term sustainability, leaving the country vulnerable to price shocks and environmental challenges. The public-private partnership behind MA1 is a model for future resource development. Collaboration between government and industry is essential to maximize benefits, manage risks, and ensure that projects serve the national interest. The find is a case study in how policy and innovation can address national challenges. By learning from MAE1, the Philippines can chart a path toward energy security, economic growth, and a sustainable future. May 1 is a landmark victory, arriving as the Philippines faced a deepening energy crisis. It offers a path to greater security, lower costs, and national resilience. But this is a bridge, not a cure-all. The country's long-term needs demand more exploration and a diversified energy mix. The real test is how the Philippines leverages this momentum. Will it invest in renewables and build a sustainable future? Gas can be a transition fuel, but the ultimate goal is a green, resilient energy system. The story of MAE1 is still unfolding, shaped by choices made today. Its impact will resonate beyond the Philippines, offering lessons in energy security and self-reliance. The conversation about the nation's energy future is just beginning. What path will the Philippines choose?